How you doing, everybody? Welcome to Painting by Numbers, and today we're talking about how to assemble the Runewars stuff. Now, of course, everybody's going to tell you it's real simple, but it's not as easy as you think with some of those figures, and you can break them. So I want to show you how I went through some of the struggles of putting these things together. So why don't we get down to the table and see how this all works out. I'm looking forward to showing you. Guys, let's get going. Hey everybody, today we're going to be looking at how to put together Runewars. Now, you think this would be pretty easy. It's not as easy as it seems, and I wanted to talk a little bit about this because we're going to go through and I'm going to show you a few things, especially for you people that don't play miniature games but really are interested in trying this beginner type of game. We're going to start with the golem. As you can see, we have the base here. And there's a bunch of different parts, and it comes in a bag, so it could look a little intimidating to you. But I don't want you to think it's intimidating. It's not that bad. Everything's fitted. As you can see, I'm putting on his midriff there, or his cover-up, his dress, whatever you want to call it. And it only goes on one way, so you can't put it on the wrong way. Next thing that you're going to do is you just put the body in there. And as you can see, for this particular figure, this snaps together very, very well. We're going to pull it out a little bit, and you can see it goes on pretty good. Now, the arms, as you can see, they are slotted that you can only put the right arm on the right side and the left arm on the left side. Now, the thing is that they do need to be glued, because as you're going to see on this base here, it doesn't exactly fit in there exactly right on like we would like to have it fit on. So it's slotted, so you know which side the base goes on. And it'd be nice if you were able to do the bases beforehand, but as you can see, I'm struggling here a little bit. It's just not going on exactly the way I would like it to go on. So now I finally snap it in, and there you go. There's the golem, but it popped out. So you're going to need to glue that. So you're going to want to get a Loctite super glue. I always suggest. I wish I had some around here to show you, but I don't. And it works the best, and you can see the arm falls off. So if you just think you could just snap these together and start playing, you can. It depends on how the molding comes in your particular box. My biggest concern for people are these right here, and these are the skeletons. First of all, I want to show you, these are you can snap these in a heartbeat. They're very thin plastic, and you can see I'm moving that around, and look at these arms. Very flimsy, so you can snap that in a heartbeat. And if you're looking, it looks like it fits in there, but every molding in the box is going to be kind of different. As you see, I'm struggling here trying to get this one side to fit in, and it's not popping in there right away. So this is a concern for the average gamer who doesn't play these type of games. That first of all, you're going to need to glue it, and on top of it, once you put some glue on there and having a hard time getting that to sit in there, is going to be a problem. So you got to hold the body by the midriff and then work it in there. As you see, I'm working it in there, and then on the other side here, you're going to see how I'm really pushing in there, and it's still not in there 100%, but there you go. That's one pose of the archers. As you see, yeah, it's very thin plastic, and you can snap it. It's bendable. Maybe it won't, but I just have a feeling if you're trying to put too much pressure that you will snap it. As you can see, I'm trying to do it again, and this one's a little bit harder as well. I'm struggling with it. And this is and I'm putting some pressure there, and you see that just didn't go in there. You have to make sure that the lines, you may have to clean this up a little bit depending on your model. Now, there's not a lot of parts. It's just getting these particular, these arms in there. And you see that just popped out there. So I'm trying to squeeze it in with both arms. And that's going to be a concern for some of you that don't normally do this. Now, if you're up to the challenge, you see how the arm comes out. But with some super glue, that'll mold right in there right away. And it'll fit right away. And it'll work out really, really well. So as you can see, yeah, there we go. We've got the archer all set, and now we're going to take a look at the swordsman. Now these guys here, or the spearmen, and it looks, you pour it out of the bag, it looks intimidating, but it's very easy to figure out. They're just two pieces. As you can see, we have a spear here. Now let's just match up the notches to how it goes. As you can see, I'm not looking at where the notches go, but I finally figure it out pretty quickly, and it snaps right in there pretty easily. The next thing is the shield. Now you may want to paint these first, okay, because you get I'm going to show you how to do it both ways. We're going to do it both ways with the pieces off and the pieces on, and it's going to be pretty important to see how these both go on. Now, did you see that? See how that all works in there, and it snaps right in there? Once you do all these, it's pretty easy, but I would again glue them to make sure that they don't pop out. As you can see, it just doesn't seem to fit well with some. See, I'm struggling here with this guy, and I'm really having to put some pressure in there. There we go. There goes one arm, and then we come around the other side, and we're going to do the other arm there. And if you just look at the notches, you'll see exactly how on the body where it goes in, and then you could just easily apply pressure, and then boom. Now you see where his knee hits that shield. That could be a problem in the beginning, but we're going to show you how to paint this easily. Not 25 paints, you know, in assorted different colors and 12 hours to paint each model. I'm going to show you how to do this, get this on the board. We're even going to do bases for this particular set. So I think you're going to enjoy that. Right here we have the monster for the bad guys, which we pulled out. And then we're going to be taking a look at the horses and see how those go together. And some of the other things. As you can see, I decided to pull out a couple of the different poses for the skeletons, and I'm showing you right here. And you see, just touching that, it popped out. It has to be glued. I really strongly suggest this. This is something that you should do, and it'll make your life easier, because once it's glued in there good, it'll stay. So let's see how this guy goes together. If you saw, we had a little problem with the base with the golem. So here's the base. It's a nice circular, and it's pretty explanatory. Looks like it goes in there pretty good, and it does. It fits in there snug, which is pretty nice. Next, we're going to put the main body in, but look at that gap there. As you can see, I'm really trying to push that in there, and I don't have small hands, but there's still a pretty large gap in there. Now, if you're concerned with that, okay, now you see I'm really putting it in there and really trying to get the pressure in there exactly how I want to. Okay, now I'm trying to figure out how this goes in there, okay, and what we have there, okay, now he has an arm separated from him, so we're going to push that in there, and then his body just slides in there pretty easily. You see how nice and easy that goes in? Very quick, very efficient on this carrier worm. That's what I would call him. As you see, yeah, he's carrying a dude. And then you just pop his head in, and you see how that notch goes. Yeah, you just look at it, push it in, and there you go. He assembles pretty well. A little gap. You see the little gap there? A little bit of a gap, but if you keep pushing in there, because that's really good solid plastic, so you can really work it in there. But again, if you're going to do it, I suggest gluing it. I really do. Next thing that we're going to take a look at is the horses. As you can see, all this is very nice sculpts. Not GW quality, but that's okay. This is a game that is a beginner's miniatures game, and I really think you know, this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to start reading up a little bit more about it. I briefly went through it. Now, as you see, I'm just fitting the body in there. It went in really nice. Now, that's a nice fit, nice and tight. And then you see there's a little slot back there for his head and his cape. And you take a look. There's the slot. We're going to slide that in there right there like that, and then boom, it goes in pretty good. So that's in there pretty good. But you see a little bit of a space, but I would try to push it in a little harder, and I would glue it. And why don't I just get that other piece that's stuck in there out of there, right? As you see, beautiful, very nice. Looks like it's going to be a lot of fun to paint, and I can't wait to show you guys how to do horses. Very easy. We're going to breeze right through these, and if, you know, I don't think you're going to need a lot of different paints. My main concern are these skeletons. These could be a problem where I can see people breaking them. See where that right leg is? That's awful thin in there, and if you try grabbing by the base and try to put the arms together, you're going to end up snapping it pretty quickly. The golem, that's such an easy paint job. It was 5 paints and we're done. Think. So, very easy. The real concern is the skeletons. Those are the things that I'm really kind of worried about. We're going to go over that tomorrow live, and we're going to talk more about this, and I'm going to show you a quick paint scheme for the skeletons. Then we're going to come back and do the painting by numbers, and I'm going to show you how to do the other stuff step by step, because it's a little more complicated than the skeletons. So live, we're going to go through assembly, we're going to talk a little bit more about it, and then what we're going to do is we're going to do painting by numbers again, where I give you step-by-step instructions on how to do this, but in a simple beginner way. Again, if you're an expert, there are plenty of other sites that can show you how to do it. Okay, here I'm talking to the person that just got this game for the first time as a fantasy fight fan, loves the Rune War world, and wants to get this stuff on the battlefield. We're going to be covering bases. We're going to be covering terrain. I'm looking forward to doing all this with you guys here at my channel. So that's it for now. We'll see you tomorrow. And until next time, I'm Rob Bourne. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening.